It's 7 o'clock. I'd like to call this meeting to order. You please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we'll do a roll call, please, and De Palma is absent with notice.
Blair?
Here.
Broughton?
Here.
De Palma absent with notice. Marshall?
Here.
Thurman?
Here.
Unruh?
Here.
Rumble?
Here. All right, we need to approve the agenda. Before we do that, Fred asked to talk tonight, and we didn't have it on here, so we're going to add a rec report after the senior center report. And we need to adjust the trustee timesheets by one meeting, so that needs to go up to 1,620.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Okay, thank you, Kathy.
Support.
Thank you, Steve. And all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Report. All right, that brings us into our reports. We have the Treasury Report. Let me get my stuff out of the way real quick. Man, I got a lot of stuff in here. All right. Treasury Report, we have the General Ledger Report. We have our designated report in there. We do have the building department permit, and we are up to 12 new houses this year, so 7 more than last year, so that's going well.
Plus, they're gonna have a whole bunch over on
We get
Parker
quite a few
Lane.
more, yeah.
It's great.
Yep, and then we do have a fire department report, and Chief was unable to be here tonight, but he said this is only for the first 6 months and asked that anybody call or email him with any questions. And Fred, that'll bring us to the, I'm sorry, no one doesn't. Edward Martin Senior Report, and I don't see Faye here, so we have that, and now Fred. Thank you, Fred.
Thanks for adding me to the agenda. I have no document, you have no document, so I'm just gonna fill you in what's been going on. I've been gone for a couple weeks, so I didn't get a chance to write nothing down. Baseball is doing well. We're 2 weeks out of ending the season. Playoffs, if you wanna go check out a game, are the 18th and the 20th of this month. Playoffs are for our machine pitch and our Little League levels. Our girls go down to, they play at home, but they play in the Independence League, so their playoffs a little bit different. We took back over the bottle drive back in July, so this is 2 years ago, after youth assistants had it for a while. As you know, we're trying to save money to construct a pole barn out at the park, which we badly need storage. We're pretty cramped up in that little 10 by 20. So far, we raised $14,554.
Wow.
The truck's full of bottles right now as we speak. And during that time, we gave the bottle drive to the chorus group for 2 weeks. Bob MacArthur asked me if we could help them out. You can't say no to that guy. You know, he does so much for us. And then we did we did the Eagle Scout project. He took it for 3 weeks and raised $800 off that, and that went right back to the park, so there was no loss for us there. We had a 3-on-3 tournament scheduled for July. We canceled it, even though we had teams registered. Just wasn't enough. Our movie nights are going really well. We're averaging about 20 to 40 people. Tony Randazzo is doing a great job with it. We had a rain out one night, and he did a good job bringing it back the following Saturday. We do have a movie night next week through Oakland County Parks and Rec. They have a new program called Pops. It's free to us, and it'll be down here at the Village Park on Wednesday. The park is looking good out the Township. We just got our irrigation finally turned on. The grass looks brown, but it's coming back. And the 2 guys that work for us part-time are doing a great job. They're working their butts off. I hope to see someday that the board brings to the community some kind of small millage to take care of that place. It's a big project. It's 42 acres of maintenance. And right now we got 2 seniors basically doing everything out there. So hopefully down the road there's something you guys can look at. What else I got going on here? Oh, we're gearing up for fall sports. soccer, fall baseball, and then the indoor sports start after that. Now, September Fest has been moving right along. The committee's been doing a great job. I'm very pleased that the board approved us to have that committee. It made things a lot easier, working with service groups and the townspeople and the businesses that we deal with. We meet tomorrow, more likely, could be our last meeting. We're gonna be approving.
Are there minutes for this meeting?
Yeah, we'll have minutes for
I
tomorrow.
haven't seen any in our packet.
They were in the last package.
They were?
Yeah.
I
What
missed
time
it.
Yeah,
tomorrow?
we had,
Aren't you on
Two of them, actually, yeah.
Oh, you know what, it was that short, okay, I did. see
yeah,
that.
Venus Clark's has been handling that for me. She's taking notes at the meeting. So the first minutes, why you didn't get it in that one packet, because it was after the fact that you already had a meeting. So both of them, we pushed the second meeting into the, kind of crunched the two together. But anyways, we'll have minutes for you tomorrow. We have some new people showing up at the meeting tomorrow, which CERT will be there for the first time to talk about their job. Lieutenant Glover will be there. He has some ideas on security, which Steve's been helping out on that as well. And Bob's been helping out with entertainment. He's got that pretty well booked. So Sunday's the big day, the second day that, as far as revenue goes, we're gonna see where we're at with that. We're trying to do a lot of freebies that day, like Bob mentioned that we might be able to get jazz bands from the high school to play, or Oxford and Brandon competing against each other. We might have Ortonville Has Talent, kind of a deal, but we'll see how it goes. Be the first year we tried the 2-day. We'll see how it goes. You know, you can try, right? So that about wraps it up. I won't be here in the August meeting. I'll be out of town, out of state, actually. So if you have any questions for me, all set?
When you say seniors working at the park, you mean senior citizens or senior high school?
Senior guys like me.
Oh, like in me, okay, like
In
the
their
two of us, all
60s.
right, all right. Just a
Couple old guys.
couple old guys like, Fred and I.
I tell you, I've had some high school kids and stuff like that, and these old guys, they just work circles around them. I'm sorry, but
They do.
it's the way life is sometimes. I'm waiting for that right kid to come around so I can keep them.
I'm watching the high school kids on the cameras right now, looking at each other.
Yeah.
They're talking
Well,
about us.
Greg Norman's got a good crew. They're not all bad, but I'm still waiting for a few good ones to come around so we can train them and have them back every summer. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Fred.
Thank you.
All right, that'll bring us to, there's no CDBG report, so that'll bring us right into our trustee reports. We'll start down there with Kathy.
Okay, I enjoyed the fireworks that were on July 3rd. I'd like to thank the fire department and everyone else who contributed to putting on the wonderful display. The Retirement Oversight Committee is in the process of scheduling a meeting in August, and the Election Commission met June 24th to approve workers for the August 2nd primary election. And I'm looking forward to attending the MTA workshop tomorrow on strategic planning.
Okay, thank you, Kathy. Steve?
Probably the first time in probably 20 years I sat back on 4th of July and didn't go anywhere, and I actually enjoyed myself by not going anywhere. It was great, but I'm going to the same workshop Kathy's going to, the strategic planning, so I'm looking forward to that. So, and then we have our meeting for September Fest tomorrow. Wrap things up. That's it.
All right, thank you, Steve. Bob, anything tonight?
The only thing that I really want to say is this has been a real eye-opener being on the September Fest committee, because I'm starting to realize I didn't know that Fred knew how to juggle, because
Oh, yeah.
everything that we've been doing as a committee, Fred's been doing on his own for all these years. I don't know how he did it, because it is a juggling act.
Big job.
Thanks, Fred.
Big job.
All right, thank you, Bob. That brings us back to the treasurer.
Tax bills went out. A lot of people have already paid. A lot of people are eager to pay us early. Dog tags are delinquent, so it's kind of a hefty extra price. And I guess that's about it.
Okay, thank you. Rosalind?
Good evening, and thank you all for attending the board meeting for Brandon Township. Candidates looking to serve on the Village of Ortonville Council, please stop by the clerk's office to pick up a nominating petition. The filing deadline is July 26th at 4 p.m. If you have requested absentee voter ballot, the ballots were mailed out on July 1st. About 1,376 ballots were mailed out. And I would just like to thank a few people. The clerk's office is kind of under transition, short-staffed, and we have a lot of deadlines happening. So I would like to personally thank our Township Supervisor, Jason Rumble, our Treasurer, Scott Broughton, and his staff, Kathy McCloskey, Jason Blair, Andrea Murphy, Venus Clark, Lori Beeson, Jan Linder, Dee Dee Mastro Mateo. Because of them, Brandon Township was able to get their absentee voter ballots out, and I appreciate each and every one of them.
Thanks, Ross. All right, Supervisors Report. We got a few checks this month that I'm sure the trustees would like to know about. We got our second ARPA funds, which was about just over $768,000. We got our CVT check for June, which was just over $253,000. And we did get our MMRMA reimbursement, just over $47,000. And then I just wanted to say good luck to all of our residents that are exhibiting out at the 4-H fair this week, including my daughter. Our final township cleanup date is August 6th. That's out at the Township Park, and you can call the supervisor's office for an appointment. We do have some appointments left. And the next no-haz date is July 23rd, and that is at Kensington Church in Orion Township, and you can sign up for that at nohaz.com. And then on the township one, if anybody can work that, let me know. Nobody in the rec department can, and I was going to do it, but my wife told me I have a wedding that I have to go out of town for, so I cannot do it now. So if anybody can do August 6th, let me know. And that's it for tonight. So thank you. All right, that brings us into our correspondence. We have the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting minutes. We have a letter from Consumers Energy about Oak Hill Road closures to repair some gas lines. And then Water Resources Commission, Oakland County, the sanitary drain public hearing notice. So that is in there as well. All right, that brings us to citizens' comments. And for the first time for citizen comments, this is on agenda items only, and we do remind you that you only have 3 minutes to speak. Is there any citizens that would like to comment on an agenda item?
Oh, not an agenda.
Okay. All right. All right. So that brings us into discussion. There is none. Oh, sorry. Did any residents? No. Okay. All right. And then no discussion. So that brings us to our consent agenda with the one amendment there. We have regular meeting minutes of June 6th, June 15th, special meeting minutes, regular bills in the amount of $57,616.53, prepays in the amount of $594,928.99, township benefits from payroll of $63,481.45, and trustee timesheets in the amount of $1,620. Looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Thank you, Bob. Steve. And that'll be as amended too, because that was changed, so. All right, let's take a roll call on that, because we're spending money, please.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
De Palma absent with notice, Marshall,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes, motion carries. Thank you. No unfinished business this month. So that brings us right into our new business, and we have a new hire for the clerk's office.
Okay, as most of you may or may not know, the clerk's office needs to fill a vacancy, and we did place an ad in the Citizen along with surrounding communities. We did receive 6 applications. 2 candidates were interviewed. And at this time, we are recommending to hire Kathy McCloskey for the position. It would be a full-time position at $18.90 per hour.
All right, I'll make the motion as presented.
And I'll second. And just so I was in on the interview, and she's really good. So I highly recommend her as well.
Any questions?
I just have one comment, short comment. Both of the new hires, I was wondering, next time around, can we change that word offered? It says the position's been offered, but then in the sentence above it, it says you're recommending it. So to me, that's kind of contradictive. In the township policy, it uses the word selected for. That person has been selected for, instead of off, because if you're offering the position, or already offered the position, it sounds like,
Well, it's
They
always
already have
pending the board's approval, so I think that's the right term, personally, but.
She's already been working, I mean, so it's, you know.
but she's not technically hired till the board approves her.
Right, that's why we're bringing it to the board to hire her
I know.
officially.
Yeah, I understand that.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so with that said, we have a motion as presented, first and seconded, and then can we get a roll call on that, please?
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma absent with notice, Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries. That brings us to our new hire as well for code enforcement. We did budget for this last year. We created this position and we now have the need to fill it. So we also got 6 applications and interviewed 2 of them. Myself and the building inspector, fire marshal interviewed those 2 candidates, and we are recommending to hire Joe Harris for the position. And that is $20.60 an hour and not to exceed an average of 8 hours per week. So I will make that motion as well.
Wait, can I ask a question before you make the motion?
I'm not gonna change the motion, but sure.
Okay. According to the current wage schedule, it's $20.26 an hour, not
No, you're looking
$20.60.
at the wrong one. It's 2060 in the schedule. I just printed it
Because
out.
I have that.
I just looked at it before we came into the meeting. It says 2060.
And that was as of, so is there one after the November of 2021?
No, but you have the wrong one in there because it's 2060
It
on the
said
one.
revised
You have the wrong one. It's 2060.
okay. But I thought I had the right one in
You
here.
don't. I mean, I'll go grab it off my desk if you want, but it's 2060.
So Steve, what are you gonna do with the strategic,
Yeah, I still didn't get a good answer on that. And now you're on camera.
Oh, man. Well,
Seriously, the strategic planning, where they have to have some kind of synopsis of what is it?
well,
Sorry for putting you on the spot.
that's okay. On camera now, I'm all
And
flushed now.
on
Thanks.
TV, Soon to be on YouTube.
that was my
World
plan
is-
all along, my evil plot.
Could you have asked me after I've taken the class? I mean, seriously, so I know.
Bob started it, so.
Bob starts everything. That's why they separated us. Do you remember that? One meeting, we were sitting next to the next meeting, we're not. So, I don't know. I picked it out. These classes come up on MTA law.
Yeah, I know that's one of their kind of basic, that's one of the basic 5 or 6 courses that they have.
Exactly, and you know, well, being a trustee, there's no real education for it until you get into it. And so some of these classes kind of intrigue me, like why like strategic planning? How do you go plan for the township, and what are you know, budgets and stuff, like everything what a trustee's supposed to do. So I thought it'd be interesting, and that's that.
And I'm going, we used to do strategic planning every year.
The SWOT analysis.
Yeah, and all that. And we were actually written up in the MTA News as being best practices for doing strategic planning. But I just wanted to see if they're doing it different, because that SWOT thing's kind of dull. I don't know. I just want to see if there's
That's
more
standard. That's
more that
business-
we can
that's
do.
What businesses do, SWOT analysis.
Yeah.
Pretty standard.
I'm not a background from business. I'm like Bob. Well, he was management. He got to manage all that stuff. I managed nothing, you know. So it's interesting to me right now.
So the one on my desk says 2060, but the one in my book does say 2026, so
2026.
I am staying corrected on that. Thank you,
Okay.
Kathy.
Okay.
I don't know how that happened, but it did. So, I will amend my motion to make it 2026 per hour.
You know that? Obviously not. You're
Yeah.
gonna tell him that.
He'll be fine.
You said $20.26?
Yes.
Okay.
No, he did not. He
got a demotion.
He got a demotion.
Can I ask what his background is for code
Yeah, he's been
enforcement?
a builder for 25 years. He's a licensed building official and inspector. He's a licensed realtor. He's been in construction his whole life.
I'm a little confused then, because I seem to remember that same, so the same criteria being used for the fire inspector. So the fire inspector was also a building guy, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna have a fire inspector and a code enforcement?
Yep.
Okay,
This is the code enforcement officer for 8 hours a week. Yep.
gotcha.
I also had a couple questions on what he was going to do when you're ready. Is he going to be working like a set schedule or just
Nope,
kind of
as
as
needed
needed? And will he
For average
work,
of 8 hours a week.
will he work under the direction of Jason
Me
or
and the building
Steve?
official.
What?
Of me and the building official, fire marshal, and building
Steve,
inspector.
Steve
Steve and Jason
and
and
Jason,
me.
and you. Okay, all three of you, okay. And will he be driving the township vehicle?
I don't know yet. Evidently.
Haven't figured that out. Okay,
I mean, I'm sure he will, yes.
okay.
This is just along those lines. It's nothing to do with this particular hire, but when is Steve transitioning out where Jason will be full-time in that position?
We haven't discussed that. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit longer yet. but
Okay.
It's gonna be another, probably a year and a half, 2 years, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so the motion is for 2026 per hour. Alright.
As stated, and you're making it?
Yep, I made the motion.
I'll second.
All right, can we roll call that, please?
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
De Palma absent with notice, Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Rumble,
Yes, motion carries.
Can you just repeat that motion back for the recording secretary, just what the actual motion is?
Okay. To hire Joe Harris as code enforcement officer at 2026 per hour, not to exceed an average of 8 hours per week, beginning July 12th, 2022. And use 101-381-702-000, wages enforcement officer to pay for services, for said services.
Thank you.
All right, and then we have, now that we have Joe appointed, and we also need to do this for Jason. Stuart did previously have us do this for Steve, but he also wants us to add Jason and Joe to be able to write tickets and represent the township in court. So that's what this is for. So,
Do you need it read into the record? Belinda, do you need this read, this resolution, or do you have it?
I would read it back.
Okay, I can go ahead and read it.
Okay.
Okay, this is a resolution appointment of code enforcement officer at a regular meeting of the Township Board of Charter Township of Brandon, County of Oakland, State of Michigan, held on July 11th, 2022 at 7 p.m. The following preamble and resolution were offered by, and we haven't done that yet. Whereas it is necessary that this township appoint a code enforcement officer, and whereas the duties of the code enforcement officer have been performed on an interim basis by Jason Wilton since January of 2022, and will also be done by Joe Harris starting July 12th, 2022. Now therefore be it resolved that the Charter Township of Brandon hereby appoints Jason Wilton and Joe Harris as code enforcement officers with full authority to perform all the duties of the position, including without limitation the duties designated in Code of Ordinances, Section 1 through 12 and Section 46 through 31. 46 through 31? That's correct.
That's what Stuart said.
I don't think that's through. It's dash.
Dash.
And Section 46
Oh, yeah,
dash
okay.
31. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
Yep.
I do apologize. I was referring to the motion, not reading the whole resolution.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Kathy.
I was gonna say, we don't need to read a whole resolution, but, okay.
I'm so sorry.
I will second that, though. All right, any other questions? You did. All right, let's go ahead and roll call that, please.
Broughton,
Yes.
De Palma absent with notice, Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Rumble,
Yes, motion carries. Retirement Oversight Committee appointment. Basically, we are just replacing Kay, who is retiring, with her replacement Andrea, and also replacing her on the Retirement Oversight Committee. So the motion is to approve Andrea Murphy to the Retirement Oversight Committee with the term ending November of 2024.
I'll go ahead and make the motion.
Support.
Did I say something?
You said approve. Oh.
Appoint. 2 appoints. Thank you. Who made the motion? I didn't hear that.
Me.
Okay.
And I support.
Rosalind and Bob, thank you. All right, any questions? All right, can we get a roll call, please?
DePalma absent with notice, Marshall.
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
Rumble,
Motion, say yes. Motion carries. I already knew my vote. All right, and then we have the poverty exemption here, which is our annual that we need to do. This year, the state did come in and say that we needed to remove 2 lines from it, so those lines have been removed. So, Kathy?
Yeah, I actually want to jump in here and just, before we, this is just Brandon Township / our assessor went through an AMR review, which is really the state of Michigan, whoever the officials are, reviewing our assessing processes, and we've passed with flying colors other than this verbiage, and this verbiage has to be changed in the stats were maybe 42 of the 46 townships that are having to do this in Oakland County. So it wasn't just us, this is
you're
a
moving it for
standard
everybody.
change for everybody. But other than this verbiage, we passed with flying colors, so
Yeah,
good job for him,
assessing.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not going to read this one.
Yeah, please don't.
You-
Please don't.
To approve the Chartered Township of Brandon Guidelines Resolution 000-22 for property exemption as revised
I'll-
on 7/11/2022.
I'll second that.
Okay. Thank you, Kathy and Rosalind. Any questions? All right, let's roll call that, please.
Marshall,
Yes.
Thurman,
Yes.
Unruh,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Broughton,
Yes.
DePalma absent with notice, Rumble.
Yes. Motion carries. All right, that finishes our new business. Now we are back to citizens' comments on any item, so you can speak now. We are limited to 3 minutes, please.
Got my little, keep me in track within 3 minutes. Okay, is this on? I don't know if it's on or not. So my name is Mary Berlingeri, and I'm running for state representative of District 66. That encompasses part of North Macomb and North Oakland. So the communities within North Macomb are Romeo, Bruce, and Washington. And then within North Oakland would be Ortonville, Leonard, Brandon Township, Addison, I'm trying to think here, Oxford, I think I said that, Ortonville, but you can always go to my website. I'm drawing a blank here right now. It's a pretty large area. But anyways, I wanted to introduce a little bit about me, my experience, my core beliefs, and my background. I'm a mother of 4. My older 2 are engineers in the auto industry. I have a recently graduated senior from high school. My husband and I just dropped him off along with the 8 other members of the family to West Point. So he's been accepted into the United States Military Academy and received his nomination from Lisa McClain, our Congresswoman. And then I have a 4th child who is going to be in high school this fall. So personally, I've been married for 30 years. I'm a Christian conservative Republican. My background is in engineering, finance, and education. My core beliefs, I am very much pro-life, very much defending of our Second Amendment and our Second Amendment rights, and protecting our Constitution. What I would like to see is the lack of transparency that we currently have in Michigan. Right now, there was an article about 2, maybe 3 years ago by the Detroit News stating that Michigan is dead last, 50th in terms of transparency when compared to other states throughout the United States. Folks, that has to change. We are Republican controlled in the House and Senate here in Michigan. This has been going on for a long time. It's not partisan, and we just need to come to the table and really be very transparent. We need to be held, elected officials need to be held accountable. So I would like to see an increase in the transparency. Another thing that I am for is election reform. Obviously, that has been the topic for many elected officials. I have introduced integrating voter registration into the back of every driver's license and state ID card to simplify the process to show photo ID when registering for voting. And then also, I would like to protect our seniors and our military. I would like to uphold the promise to care for them. Macomb County and Oakland County are rated at the very bottom when it comes to VA funding for our veterans. That, folks, has to change. We cannot continue this. You know, they're living longer. We're all living. The seniors are living longer. There are benefits in place, and that's just several of the main issues that I would like to see addressed if elected. So August 2nd is the primary. Again, maryberlandjerry.com is the website. You can get more information on me. If you have any questions, you can also reach out to me through the website as well. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Are there any other citizens that would like to comment on anything? Nope. Okay. Board comments. Kathy, do you have anything tonight?
Nothing tonight.
No, sir.
Scott?
No.
Rosalind?
Not at this time.
Bob?
Nothing.
Me neither. Thanks for coming, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you next month.
We got a
And we need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right.
They got
Who'd
it.
you write down? Okay, so all those in favor, please signify by saying
So-
aye.
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 So that was Kathy that motioned, Unruh that seconded, and it's 7:30.
Is that a record?
That's gotta be a record.